Peppa and the Backyard Circus. Bang, bang, bang. It is a sunny day. Peppa and her friends are visiting Grandpa and Granny Pig. Grandpa Pig is using his hammer. "It's a circus tent," says Peppa. "Hooray!" everyone shouts. "Ooh," says Peppa. "Can we see the circus, Grandpa Pig?" "This isn't a circus tent," says Grandpa Pig. "It looks like a circus tent," says Peppa. "What is it?" "It is for Granny Pig's garden party," he says.
Wow!
Peppa doesn't know what a garden party is. Grandpa Pig tells her it's a party where grown-ups stand around and talk. It doesn't sound like fun to Peppa. She has a better idea. "Let's put on our own show," says Peppa. "We'll call it Peppa's Circus." Granny Pig thinks having the circus at her garden party is a very good idea.
Hooray!
Everyone wants to join the circus.
Wow!
Danny Dog wants to be the strong man. Emily Elephant wants to be the juggler. "My father used to work in a circus," says Emily Elephant. "He did?" asks Peppa. "What did he do?" Peppa knows that sometimes there are elephants in the circus. "He was the ticket taker," says Emily. Granny Pig brings the dress-up box. There are lots of fun things inside. Danny Dog finds polka dot shirts and a stick-on moustache. "My strongman suit," he says. Peppa finds a hat. Pedro Pony finds a clown costume and a horn. Rebecca Rabbit does makeup. "Hold still, Pedro," she says. Everyone is dressed and ready for the show. "Grandpa," says Peppa, "I don't have anything to do."
Oh no!
"Well, you can be the ringmaster," he says. "What does the ringmaster do?" asks Peppa. "The ringmaster is the boss," says Grandpa Pig. Peppa likes that idea. "I will be the ringmaster boss," she says. "Good," says Grandpa. "You can say, 'Welcome to my circus. Come and see the amazing feats of Daring Do.'"
Wow!
Granny's guests start to arrive. Everyone crowds inside the striped tent. "Welcome to my circus," shouts Peppa. "Come and see the amazing feat." The circus begins. "Prepare to be scared," Peppa says. "Is it a tiger?" Rebecca asks. "No, it's Candy Cat." "Now watch the amazing cyclists. George, Richard and Edmund. Here is the strong man, Danny Dog." Danny shows his muscles. He wants to show the crowd how strong he is. He lifts Peppa. "Ooh," say the crowd. Now please welcome Emily Elephant, who will juggle 2 potatoes and 1 egg. Toss, drop, toss, drop, toss. When Pedro the Clown walks into the ring, everyone laughs. Spray! Everyone laughs again. Splat! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and elephants, cats and ponies, says Peppa. Thank you for coming to my circus. The end. Peppa Pig, Puddle Playtime. Peppa and George have found a puddle. It is very big and very muddy.
Hooray!
George scoops some mud into his bucket. Says Peppa. I love playing in muddy puddles. Touch the shiny bucket of mud. Mummy Pig has come outside with her umbrella. Time to put on your rain clothes, she says. Peppa and George go to get changed. The rain makes their puddle even bigger.
Wow!
Touch the shimmery raindrops. Look, says Mummy Pig. Someone else likes jumping in the mud. Peppa gasps. A little green frog has hopped into the garden. Touch the bumpy frog. 3 ducks have waddled up to see Peppa and George. Do you want to play with us too? Asks Peppa. The ducks jump into the muddy puddle. Touch the fluffy duck. Hello, snorts Daddy Pig. I hear there's some puddle jumping going on. There is, giggles Peppa. Jump in, Daddy. Peppa loves muddy puddles. Everyone loves muddy puddles. Touch the icky, sticky mud. The end. Peppa Pig and the Muddy Puddles. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are tucking Peppa and George into bed. There's so much rain, Peppa says. That means there will be muddy puddles to jump in tomorrow, Mummy Pig says with a smile. The splish, splash, splosh of raindrops on the window sings Peppa and George to sleep. They dream of muddy puddles. It rains and rains and rains. The next morning, the sun is shining. Daddy Pig runs out to jump in a muddy puddle, but he lands in a big pool of water instead. Oh, how did this water get here? Daddy Pig asks. And where are the muddy puddles? Asks Peppa. Our house is on an island, says Peppa. Oh dear, says Mummy Pig. What will we do? Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig arrive on their boat. Ahoy there, Grandpa Pig says. Wonderful boating weather. We're going to the store, says Granny Pig. Can George and I come too? Asks Peppa. Yes, we'll do the shopping for everybody. Polly can remember our shopping list. She's very good at that, Granny Pig says.
Wow!
Who's a clever parrot? Ah! Who's a clever parrot? Says Polly. Polly is very good at repeating what people say. Peppa, George, Grandpa Pig, Granny Pig and Polly motor across the water. It's fun, but there are no muddy puddles. Each house is on an island. They go from house to house, asking everyone what they need from the store. Susie Sheep asks for chocolate. Chocolate, Polly repeats. Grandad Dog needs a newspaper and Danny wants a comic book.
Newspaper, comic book,
Polly repeats. Grampy Rabbit wants cheese.
Cheese,
Polly repeats. Grandpa Pig's boat arrives at the supermarket. Hello, says Miss Rabbit. What can I get you? Polly knows, Peppa says proudly. Polly opens her beak.
Who's a clever parrot? Who's a clever parrot?
She says. Polly has forgotten the list. Don't worry, says Peppa. I remember. So they got what's needed and go back to deliver everything. Cheese, says Grampy Rabbit. Thank you. A newspaper and comic book, says Grandad Dog and Danny Dog. Thank you. Chocolate, says Susie Sheep. Thank you. Chocolate for dinner, asks Mummy Sheep. Peppa and George are very sleepy when they arrive back home. Did you have fun? Asks Mummy Pig. Yes, says Peppa. We got lots of things at the store. We got something for everyone. But Peppa is sad. She didn't get what she wanted. There were no muddy puddles at all. The next morning, the sun is shining brightly in the clear blue sky. Polly Parrot comes to visit. Grandpa Pig's boat is stuck on Peppa's front lawn. Oh, Granny Pig says, looking out from the boat. The flood is over. The houses that were on islands yesterday are now back to normal, sitting on top of their hills.
Hooray!
The water that Peppa and George boated in is gone.
Wow.
And at the bottom of their very own hill, they see a great big muddy puddle. Big enough for everyone. The end. Peppa Pig, Peppa's Muddy Puddle Walk. Peppa and George are visiting Granny and Grandpa Pig. It's Muddy Puddle Walk Day, says Peppa. What's that? asks Granny Pig. It's a sponsored walk with playgroup, says Peppa. We're going to jump in muddy puddles all the way. Splat! Shouts George. The walk is to raise money to help people, explains Peppa, and to get really, really muddy. I love getting muddy, says Grandpa Pig. Can Granny Pig and I come along too? Yes, says Peppa. Madame Gazelle says that having lots of people will make the walk even more fun. Shall I bring this giant chocolate cake I made? asked Granny Pig. We can sell it at the walk. Yes, please, says Peppa. Miss Rabbit has a cake stall. Oh, sighs Grandpa Pig. I was rather hoping I could have a slice. But Grandpa, says Peppa, it will help us to raise money. As everyone puts on their boots and gets ready for the walk, Peppa sings a song. Who loves muddy puddles? We do, we do. Who loves muddy puddles? We do, we do. Daddy and Mummy, me and George, we're all going on a muddy puddle walk. Have you got your boots on? We do, we do. Have you got your boots on? We do, we do. Granny and Grandpa, me and George, we're all going on the Muddy Puddle walk. When they arrive, Granny Pig takes her cake to Miss Rabbit's cake stall. Then Madame Gazelle asks everyone to head to the starting line.
Wow!
Now, says Madame Gazelle, has everybody got their boots on? Yes! Everyone cheers. Okay, ready, steady, go! Calls Madame Gazelle. Grandpa Pig reaches a very deep, muddy puddle. Jump in it, Grandpa, cries Peppa. Okay, says Grandpa Pig. He jumps straight into the very deep muddled puddle. Everyone gets very muddy, jumping in all the muddy puddles. At the end of the walk, Peppa and her family each get a sticker and a certificate. Fantastic news, everyone, says Madame Gazelle. We've raised lots of money. Hooray! Everyone cheers. Granny, says Peppa, where's Grandpa gone? I don't know, Peppa, says Granny Pig. Grandpa Pig arrives carrying Granny Pig's chocolate cake. All that jumping made me a bit peckish, he says. So I bought this. Anyone for a slice? Everyone laughs. Peppa loves Muddy Puddle Walk Day. Everyone loves Muddy Puddle Walk Day. The end. Peppa Pig. Piggy in the middle. When the sun is shining, it's time to play outside.
Hooray!
There is lots to do outside. Daddy Pig likes playing bat and ball. Peppa and Mummy Pig like playing Piggy in the middle.
Wow!
Catch, George! And George likes riding up and down on horsey Twinkletoes. Sometimes Peppa plays outside with her friends. Candy Cat,
Meow!
Zoe Zebra, Emily Elephant, Pedro Pony, Danny Dog, and Susie Sheep. Everyone loves playing outside. The end. Peppa Pig. Peppa plays rugby. Peppa, George and Daddy Pig are visiting the Rabbit family. Daddy Pig and Daddy Rabbit are watching a rugby match on television. Come on, white team, shouts Daddy Pig. Come on, red team, cries Daddy Rabbit.
It's a bit loud in here,
Rebecca Rabbit tells Peppa.
let's go and play somewhere else.
Peppa, George, Rebecca and Richard Rabbit leave the living room.
Our daddies are being very noisy today,
Says Peppa. Suddenly the children hear more loud sounds.
Oh no,
Gasps Rebecca.
now the babies are awake.
The noise from the rugby match woke them up, says Mummy Rabbit, holding Rosie and Robbie Rabbit. Oh no!
Do you like watching rugby too? Asked Peppa. I like playing rugby, says Mummy Rabbit. My sister and I are quite good.
Wow.
Can you show us how to play, please? Asked Peppa. What a great idea, says Mummy Rabbit. Mummy Rabbit phones her sister, Miss Rabbit. She comes straight over. Hello, says Miss Rabbit. You all look like you're ready to play rugby. Yes, shout Peppa, George, Rebecca and Richard. Let's start by passing the ball, says Mummy Rabbit. Mummy Rabbit passes the ball to Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit passes it to Richard. Oh! Cries Richard as the ball falls to the ground and bounces back up into the air. This ball is a funny shape, says Peppa. It makes it hard to catch. Don't worry, says Miss Rabbit. You can kick it instead.
Wow.
George gives the ball a kick. Then Rebecca grabs it and starts running. Keep going, says Mummy Rabbit. You can get a try. Try's like a goal, explains Miss Rabbit.
Wow.
The daddies come out of the burrow. The match on television has finished, says Daddy Pig. Now we can cheer you on. Everybody has lots of fun throwing and kicking the ball. After a little while, it starts to rain. Oh no! Cries Peppa. Do we have to go inside? No, says Mummy Rabbit smiling. Rugby is even more fun when it's wet outside. Mummy Rabbit passes the ball to Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit catches it and slides through a muddy puddle. Sploosh! Come on, she calls. Everyone join in! The children have lots of fun in all the rain and mud. What a great match, cheers Daddy Pig. Hooray for the rugby players. Peppa loves rugby. Everyone loves rugby. The end. First words with Peppa Pig. Level 2. The best pet. Meet Peppa, Susie Sheep, Zoe Zebra, Pedro Pony, and Dr. Hamster. Learn are, brown, but, good, he, like, pretty, saw, say, she, this, what, who. Read toy monkey, tortoise, stick insect.
Wow.
Peppa has a pet fish. I like the fish. She is a good fish, says Susie Sheep. She's a pretty fish, Susie. She is the best pet, said Peppa. Pedro Pony has a pet stick insect.
Wow.
The stick insect is long and brown. What a pretty pet, said Pedro. He is the best pet.
Hooray!
Dr. Hamster will say who the best pets are. I like all of the pets. All the pets are pretty, said Dr. Hamster. But now I will say who the best pet is. Dr. Hamster saw Peppa's pet. What is this pet, Peppa? Said Dr. Hamster. She's a fish, said Peppa. Will she win best pet? I like the pretty fish, but I will say who the best pet is soon, said Dr. Hamster. Dr. Hamster saw Pedro's pet. What is this pet, Pedro? Said Dr. Hamster. He is a stick insect, said Pedro. He is long and brown. Will he win best pet? This is a good pet, but I will say who the best pet is soon, said Dr. Hamster. Dr. Hamster saw Zoe's pet. What is this pet, Zoe? Said Dr. Hamster. He is a monkey, said Zoe. He is a brown toy monkey. Will he win best pet? I like this pretty pet, but I will say who the best pet is soon, said Dr. Hamster. Dr. Hamster saw all of the pets. Hooray! Who is the best pet? I like all of the pets that I saw, but the best pet is my pet tortoise, said Dr. Hamster. And Peppa's fish is the best fish. Hooray! She is a pretty fish, said Dr. Hamster. What a good fish, said Peppa and Susie. We like her. Zoe's monkey is the best brown toy monkey, said Dr. Hamster. Hooray! What a good monkey, said Zoe. I like this brown monkey a lot. Pedro's stick insect is the best stick insect. What a pretty brown pet, said Dr. Hamster. Hooray! What a good stick insect, said Pedro. I like him a lot. All of the pets are good pets. All of the pets are the best pets.
Hooray!
The end. Peppa Pig. This book is all about Peppa Pig. That's me! Peppa lives with Mummy and Daddy Pig and her little brother George, and with Goldie, Teddy and Mr. Dinosaur. Dinosaur! At playgroup, Madame Gazelle teaches Peppa and her friends. They paint, play, sing, and do lots of fun things.
Hooray!
Peppa likes dressing up as everything. But her favourite thing to do is jump in muddy puddles. Peppa loves spending time with her granny and grandpa, especially dinner time. Yummy, my favourite. Sometimes Peppa has so much fun she doesn't want to go to bed. This is the best book ever. But she always enjoys a bedtime story. The end. Peppa Pig, Doctors. It is playtime. Peppa and Pedro Pony are playing in the garden when they hear a squeak from up in a tree. "What's that noise?" asked Pedro. He looks up and gasps. "It's Tiddles the tortoise." "Don't worry, Tiddles. We can get you down. I'll just shake this tree and..." Whoosh! Tiddles falls from the tree and bumps Pedro's nose on the way down. "Ouch!" shouts Pedro. Madame Gazelle comes to help. "Oh dear, what happened?" she asks. "Tiddles fell on Pedro's nose," says Peppa. Madame Gazelle calls the doctor.
Dr. Brown Bear hurries over. "Where is the patient?" he asks. "My nose hurts," says Pedro. Dr. Brown Bear gives Pedro a green plaster for his nose. "That will make it better," says Dr. Brown Bear.
Hooray!
"My glasses fell in the mud," says Pedro. "You'll need an optician to fix them," says Dr. Brown Bear. The optician arrives. It is Dr. Pony. He is Pedro's daddy. "Can you please read this chart for me, Pedro?" says Dr. Pony. "I can't see, my glasses aren't working," says Pedro. Dr. Pony spots the problem. "These glasses just need a good clean," says Dr. Pony. He carefully wipes away the mud and gives the clean glasses back to Pedro. "I can see again," says Pedro.
Hooray!
"Thank you, doctors. Everything is back to normal," says Madame Gazelle. "But Tiddles needs helping too," cries Peppa. "Can you doctors help a tortoise in trouble?" asks Madame Gazelle. "I'm afraid not, but we know someone who can," replies Dr. Pony. "I'll call them now." Dr. Hamster the vet arrives. "Tiddles fell out of the tree," Pedro tells Dr. Hamster. "Tiddles, you little pickle," says Dr. Hamster. She flips him over so he can stand up again. All of a sudden, Dr. Elephant the dentist appears. "Hello, I heard there was an emergency. Are everyone's teeth okay?" he asks. "Yes, thank you," everyone answers. Dr. Elephant sets off on his way. "My car won't start," cries Dr. Elephant. None of the doctors know what to do. "I know who to call," says Madame Gazelle. "Grandad Dog's breakdown service." Grandad Dog arrives. He opens up the car bonnet and has a look. "Right, now try the engine," he says. Dr. Elephant's car has been fixed.
Hooray!
"Grandad Dog is a car doctor," cheers Peppa. There are doctors for everything, even cars. Everyone loves doctors. The end. Peppa Pig, Mummy Pig's Blackberries. Peppa and her family are visiting Granny and Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig is going to make a delicious apple and blackberry crumble. "I need some brave explorers to go and get the fruit," says Granny Pig. "Aye, aye, Granny Pig," everyone replies. "First we need to pick the apples," says Mummy Pig. "That's the easy bit," says Grandpa Pig. "On the count of 3, shake the tree. 1, 2, 3. Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, Peppa and George all shake the tree. Apples fall from the branches.
Hooray!
Peppa and George catch them in their baskets as they fall. "This is fun," says Peppa. "Now it's time to collect the blackberries," says Mummy Pig. "Why can't we just have an apple crumble?" asks Grandpa Pig. "Because blackberries are tasty too," says Mummy Pig, leading everyone to a gigantic blackberry bush. "This bush has been here since I was a little piggy." "Ouch!" cries George. He has pricked himself on one of the thorns.
Ouch!
Careful, George, you might get tangled, says Grandpa Pig. I use a stick for picking hard-to-reach blackberries.
Wow.
Grandpa Pig uses his stick to pull down the branches that are hard to reach. Mummy Pig climbs her ladder. The best blackberries are right at the very top of the bush, she says. Don't lean too far over, says Daddy Pig. Don't worry, says Mummy Pig. I've been climbing this blackberry bush since I was a little girl. Mummy Pig stretches as far as she can to reach the juiciest blackberries. Ooh, she cries. Mummy Pig has fallen into the blackberry bush and can't get out. Just then, Susie Sheep arrives. Hello, Peppa, says Susie. Hello, Susie, says Peppa. My mummy is stuck in the blackberry bush. She's like Sleeping Beauty, says Susie. I know that story, cries Peppa. There was a princess called Sleeping Beauty, begins Peppa. One day she fell asleep in a thorny bush and stayed there for 100 years. That's a nice story, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. But can someone think of a way to get me out of here? Daddy Pig uses Grandpa Pig's pruners to cut the blackberry bush. Daddy Pig has rescued Mummy Pig. My prince, says Mummy Pig. Mummy is a blackberry bush, says Peppa, giggling. Everyone picks up blackberries from Mummy Pig and heads back to Granny and Grandpa Pig's house. Granny, says Peppa excitedly. Mummy got stuck in a blackberry bush and Daddy rescued her. I don't want to see another blackberry in my life, says Mummy Pig. So you don't want any apple and blackberry crumble then? Asked Granny Pig. Maybe just a little, says Mummy Pig. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.